monster.com, and today I'm bringing you my spin on Cheez-It cheddar crackers. These are light, flaky, and buttery and bursting with cheddar goodness. The very first thing I'm doing is grating my cheddar. So I'm using extra sharp cheddar, but you can use whatever you like or have. Just use the best that you can afford. It's really important that you use high quality ingredients since there aren't very many ingredients in these little crackers. Make sure if you're doing anything else that you pop both your cheese and your butter in the freezer while you're working on anything else, just so that it's extra cold. So in my food processor, you can also do this by hand. It's just much easier to do it this way or with a stand mixer. I have some weighed out unbleached flour. To that I'm going to add in just a touch of salt, and then I'm going to put in my butter and my cheese. All I've done now is just blitzed all of my ingredients together until it gets really coarse and kind of crumbly looking. So all of the cheese and the butter have just kind of combined very roughly in the food processor. And then I'm just going to put in a tablespoon of ice cold water at a time. Try not to add so much, so just start with maybe half a tablespoon or a tablespoon and just let it go and whirl until a dough combines. Just make sure you don't add too much water. Here's what my dough looks like. It just kind of lumped together kind of coarsely. After a few pulses, just work with it. Slowly but surely it will kind of mash and lump together like this. I use not even half the allotted amount of water. Just be sure that you don't add too much. You want these to be light, flaky, and buttery, and too much water will detract from that. And like I want to reiterate that there aren't very many ingredients or steps involved, so it's really important to do each step properly and to make sure you have the best quality ingredients. At this point, it would be really fun to add in some seasonings or some herbs, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to keep them pretty simple today. And you just want to place it on a slip of plastic and just bring it together. You don't want to work it too much, you don't want to melt anything, and you don't want to overwork the dough. We're going to let it relax and chill in the refrigerator and just smash it down into a rough disc shape. And then just wrap them up and pop them in. Here is my chilled dough, and I'm just going to work on a non-stick surface just to make my life a little bit easier. Still, I'm going to dust it lightly with just a little bit of flour. A trace of flour if you can, the faintest trace, because any extra flour will impact the texture of your crackers, so you want to use as little as you can. So we can unwrap this guy and just begin rolling it out. You can roll it to your desired thickness, but I like between 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. So now all we have to do is cut it. So you can take a pizza cutter, a regular knife, or a pastry wheel if you've got one. A fluted edge like this is just prettier, but it's really totally up to you, whatever you have, and just make cuts. I'm just cutting them out, as you can see, and at this point I have my oven now preheating, and I'm just going to continue cutting them. This part that I'm doing right now is completely optional, but just for that characteristic Cheez-It look, I'm going into the centers of each one and indenting with it with a stick. This part is completely optional. You can use a lollipop stick. I'm using a chopstick because I have a lot of those laying around. I'm just laying the last few crackers on my baking sheet, and I'm just going to bake them off until they're crispy and buttery and golden. And here they are out of the oven. Light, flaky, buttery, and cheesy goodness.